Chad, are you ready? Are you ready for a ridiculously cute video game? Because we get to play as a cat. But it has a very unique mechanic. A very unique mechanic. Which is the thing that kind of blew me away with this, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're going to play Schrodinger's Cat Burglar. Love that. I love animatics. I always have. Say Flagrant Johann? Is that the name of the building? Get in, hack the computer, and get out. As a cat. Oh, that's cute. Didn't account for advanced robotics. It's a hedgehog, dude. Yeah. And it was at that point that everything went pear-shaped. That's not good. There's no ferret. This game sucks. Why do you like this, dude? The hedgehog's awesome, though. Shay, our lead caretaker of the ferret rescue, actually has a hedgehog named Gort. Gort the Destroyer. Lazy Susan is the name of the hedgehog. Oh my god, she's got tiny gloves. Look at them. Okay, listen up, Mittens. Welcome to Quantum Boot Camp. The noises, dude. This demo for Schrodinger's Cat Burglar takes place a little way into the story. There's still a few mechanics that need to get up to speed before we get stuck in. So first up, try jumping on a few of these desks and making a mess. It's my kind of mission. Nice. It feels good. It's like free running. Jumping on desks is my kind of specialty. Now, if you haven't already realized, there's a newsflash. You have quantum powers. Try to move in 2 different directions at once and see what happens. In 2 different directions at once. There we go. Because you're Schrodinger's cat. Alive and dead in 2 places at once. That's the cool part of this game, dude. I'm down for a cat game, but Quantum Kitty cat game is very cool. Feel free to cause a little chaos in here. When you're ready, head through to the next room. Don't forget to practice fusing back together. Then we can fuse, but you have to get back. Whoop. I love that there's a... like, you have to wait a moment to do the jumps. And he does the butt wiggle. He does the butt wiggle, dude. Yes! This is everything I wanted. Dominance asserted. Wait, what is that? Hacker cat. I'm in. Dude, sick. Can I hack more stuff? You know, I know there's a whole game here, and I know that you guys put a lot of effort into the rest of the game. Oh, I was gonna do it forever. Wait, what happens to the Roomba when I do that? He's become enraged. That's interesting. Okay, so we can distract robots with messes and other things. Good to know. Oh, wait. I can control them with twin sticks. Look at this. So you control both cats at once. Ooh. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Nice. Hat. Done. Done. Oh, we can buy a cool little Susan. It's a tiny hedgehog. They have cosmetics for all the cats using in-game currency to get that. But the thing that I think is amazing about this is not only can you change pendants and, you know, all of the collars and everything, you can change the fur length. She comin'. You can change the color, the eye color, but Not just for both cats. For each cat individually. So cat 1 or cat 2 or both cats. So you can have completely different cosmetics for the quantum states of the cat. Which I think is really cool, actually. Also, I'm going to be honest with you. I have to have the bread head. There's no way around it, dude. My cat is inbred. No other choice. Get out of here, piggy bank. Oh. Yoop. Yoop. Love that. Oop. You're making it. I really like the puzzles in this, man. Okay. What can we do with this? Oh, we're gonna take it back. Alright. We got the weight, so I'm gonna bring the weight back. Oh, wait a minute. Because we have a weight in a quantum state, both cats have it. So picking up an item on one cat gives it to both cats. That's interesting. I dig that. That's quite cool. I like that we're splitting and collapsing quantum states. Heisenberg fields will not let you pass if you're split. Getting used to moving both cats at the same time is a head trip. This field will make any items that touches D print. Okay, so we can't take items through there. But that's okay, because we don't need to take items through. Because they're set up in a quantum state, and they're at both locations simultaneously. I love that. This is great. This is really cool puzzle mechanics, actually. I love this. Oh. Higgy bank. Higgly wiggly bank, dude. Okay, there's a door up there. Whoa. Uh-oh, what's happening now? I've been spotted by a camera. I feel purple and wibbly. Being observed has caused your quantum superstate to collapse. Is that bad? Far from it. You've become theoretical. You can't exist in two places if you're being observed. But I'm trapped. The doors in this chamber shut behind me with the cameras turned on. Being in a theoretical state will allow passage through non-permanent structures. Or to put simply, if you're purple and wibbly, you can go through purple and wibbly things. Love purple and wibbly things. Observe one cat, and the other one becomes theoretical. So now this cat can move through purple wibbly things. So we want to be observed sometimes. As long as the other cat is being observed, this happens. Sick. That's a cool mechanic, yeah. The mechanics are very neat. Now I can have this one be observed, so that one can go through the door. Now neither of them are being observed. Excuse me. Around, I said. Oh. Merging. The cat head indicator in the top corner shows the current state of the cat. Can split, are split. We can't pick up items if we're theoretical. What is that? Try splitting this area and you will see a quantum shard. These collectibles are split and need to be collected in two locations at once. Okay, so we'll take the other cat over here. Oh, that's not good. So we'll have to go... One of the cats goes over here. And that means the other cat can now be over here because we're observed on the other side. And we can grab both. That's a cool mechanic. All of this is cool mechanics. Stop being quantum on this side. Or stop being observed, rather. There we go. Bonk. Nice. Yeah, these are really unique mechanics. Excellent work, Mittens. You're ready to get stuck into the demo proper. Jump into this tube and you'll be zipped into Split Labs Alpha. I'm on my way. Boing. You can hold that button down as long as you want and it just sits there butt wiggling, ready to jump. Okay, Susan, I've arrived at Separation Lab. Excellent. Head on in and we'll see what's next. Or what's what. Alright. A checkpoint. Cool. There's a rodent in there. Robo-rodent, dude. Got it. Oh, God. Oh, God, I blew him up. That's horrible. I caused him to burst. Can we go this way? No, okay. No secrets over there. Take that, mouse idiot. Yeah, exactly. That's rude, dude. What did he ever do to you? The guy was just living life, you know? Well, not anymore. Now he's gone, right? There we go. We have to be the fattest cat. There we go. Chonky. Gloof. The fattest inbred cat imaginable. Hey, Susan, what's behind that big door? That's important in the full game. It doesn't feature in this demo. This demo features sectors A and B. Use the elevator right to get going. All right. What do those do? Getting a little bit of weirdness? Frame rate lag? I don't know what's causing that. Seems like it might be this area. Yeah, something was about that area. It was upset, performance-wise. It may be because I chose the chonk. And it may be this... I think it's this room, actually. Alright, let's go do this. Let me try something. I have an idea. Let's see if that fixed it. Nope. Just performance in this room. We'll investigate. There's always bugs. So far, it's been behaving okay. No, it's been great. There's always bugs. Don't ever worry about that. I was mostly wondering because, like, I want to figure it out for you. It may also be because I'm streaming at the same time. Like, that's always difficult, you know? Let me try something. Let me see what my resources are right now. Excuse me, computer. Computer. Thank you. No, I'm not fishing at the same time. I turned it off. No, CPU and everything is fine. Interesting. We do love a 40-tab Google Chrome. It's actually just because OBS is open. Appreciate it, always. Yeah, no, there's never a problem like that, man. Like, it's never like a, oh god, no, there's bugs. You know, like, it's more like that. It's not 40 tabs. Like, I have like 6 open, to be honest with you. All of the tabs are because OBS is running different Chrome stuff. Oh, you can hold both to hack faster? You totally can. It seemed to start when I switched over to the chonky, so it might be that. Weird. So orange can go through orange portal, like orange fields, and blue can go through blue fields. Susan, you'll love this. Oh, what is it? The science team in this lab have created split fields. They got the dual event process working on inanimate objects. Oh, wow. So because they couldn't get the DES working on sentient creatures, they went down this avenue of research. What sort of things are they up to? I'll report back when I explore further. I like that you guys have the option for that. For players that need it. I think that's cool. And it leaves me alone, because a lot of games what they'll do is they'll do like a little fairy that says, hey listen, or like, what was it in God of War, where the kid was like, did you know if you shoot that thing over there, it'll solve the puzzle? Did you know that? Did you know that if you did that, it'll do it? You know that? Like, to the player, it's like, dude, no. Like, give me the option to request a hint if I need one, and then leave me alone. Yeah. Or Hogwarts Legacy, it was the same. I just want the game to leave me alone unless I want it, right? If I want the hint, I'll ask, but leave me alone otherwise. Hints are provided, but not forced. Bingo. I think that's a good way to go. I think that's fantastic. So nice job on that. I hate when a game spoils it for me, you know? Hack faster. New data in the codex. Phase detector pads, huh? Alright, so we got a reason to be split here. Is there anything hidden behind this? Oh, you guys could hide stuff behind walls. Like that! Now you stop being observed so I can pick up those. That's sick, dude. Pull that out. You become observed again. And then you stop being observed. We can't Higgs field through that. So we do have to be observed and then get that cat out. But I need to go back in there to get the fragment when I'm done. Oh, it melted the item. Wait a minute. Is there a way to get this open? There might be a way to get that open. Let's think about this. Because there's a section down below that gives us a weight, but we can't go through that because it melts the item. Oh, there's a thing up above. Hold up. So there's this fragment down here. We can pull this. Scares me. It won't let me pull it. Is it the wrong color? Oh, I know why. I'm dumb. Grab that. And then the other cat, they need to go up. There we go. We got the quantum shards now. And now this cat can drop that. Pull this open. Now we're good to go. Alright, there we go. I was like, there's gotta be a way for this. Nope, they can't jump from there. And you go. Down you go. No. Down. There we go. Alright, now we're good. Why is Kikkoman the best soy sauce brand? I like Maji. I like Maji more than Kikkoman, to be honest with you. Okay. Can you go through this? Block anything that is fused. Alright. So that doesn't do that. But what it can do... Let's think about this. Can we put this on here? No. That doesn't work. Can we press this button? That just summons another one. Interesting. This only allows blue to go through. Let's pull this. That will allow us to quantumly split this into both sides. And now we can only pull the blue one put it there. And now this is orange, so we can come up here and get the orange one. And then bring that back down below because it's the right color for the platform. And now we can have both cats up here to press the buttons because the color is correct for the polarity. And we're good. That's fun. I really like that. Yeah, I really like these. These puzzles are great, actually. I don't know if I want to go in there just yet. Let's see what's up here first. Power cells store units of power. I love the new data codex each time we do this. Okay, so we have a quantum state here, but we have a field that stops us from leaving. Let's actually see what the quantum state does. Or the... Yeah, let's do that. That'll let us go through. Grab that. Grab that. Theoretical state extra. Being theoretical means that the cats cannot interact with the world. This means you cannot pick up items. Yeah. Figure that one out. And now we can go back in here, and now we have an item for real. That's one more power cell through. So when we're theoretical, we can go through certain objects, but not everything. This one, we have to be merged, so it can't be in the quantum state. What is that? Weird purple. Fragments. There we go. I love that the quantum shards actually have like an indicator showing that they're there. I think it's quite good. Nice. Level design is fantastic in this. It's very, very fun. Those are item deleters, so we can't take anything from this last room. That opened that door. It's enough power to do this. Wait a minute. So when you're in a theoretical state, you can go inside the machine? Okay. Because the front panel on it was open, it allowed us to go inside of the machine. Yeah, that's really interesting. I like that. That's quite cool. I think it was just there to teach us that, too. Can we be observed? Let's go down here, let blue side through. There we go. Now we can go and pull this. We need to get some kind of a thing to do that. We'll let orange overthrow on this side. Oh, actually, we need to go print that thing and then get them landed on these platforms here. Grab that, throw it in here, split it. So I think what we need to do is get blue up onto this one, orange onto the other side. But we'll have to get it past somehow. Can we do another weight? I think I can. Okay, it did give us another weight. I was gonna say, this would likely need another one. There we go. Grab this here. Nice. Yeah, this is fun, dude. They've done a really good job. Congrats, bro. It looks incredible. It really does. It's quite fun. I can't wait to talk to you guys, too. Which we will in a minute. Piss off the Roomba! Oh my god, I was hoping it was going to let me track it across the floor. Yes! Incredible, actually. And a Sector B right through the door. Look at it. It's eating every one of the footprints. Hacker cat. Yes. We can't just leave. Yeah, there's got to be something in here, right? It's up top, whatever it is. Oh, wait. Oh! I didn't mean it. 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 You got that. Oh god, he came back. This feels like the secret way to go forward. Yeah. 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 Okay, so we have one fragment here. Next one is down there. There we go. So that was the way to get both fragments for that. Otherwise, we could have just gone through this door. Nice. Yeah, the secret tunnel there is quite good. Alright, we have another door over here that goes into Lab A. I think we've already seen this room? Yeah, we've already seen this. This is when they split this. So we've made it past Lab A, basically. Secret tunnel. We'll go to Lab B now. Boop. Yeah, it's a shortcut. Exactly. I love that it's kind of like open world at that point. Like, what is that? I need it. It's a quantum cat, though. Wait. There's gotta be one. Alright, ads are over. I noticed something during the ad break. If you run in a tight circle, eventually the cat will go into a special animation of chasing her own tail. And the devs had to actually get that to happen, because it changes the walk animation completely to make that work. See? See the transition where it happens there? I see you. I see you in your extra work. That cat is gone now. I need to get up high. Time to hack it. What? Oh. Oh, actually. Bong. Respawning items will revert them back to their unsplit status. Makes sense. Wonder if there's any other way I can unsplit an item. Oh, there's gotta be other ways, right? Secrets. I love how many secrets you guys have put into, like, the level design here. I think it's fantastic, to be honest with you. It's really, really quite fun. Squished. Take that, mouse idiot. I don't know what data chips are for yet, but they seem important. Alright. We need a battery. We can unsplit ourselves to unsplit any item we're carrying. Cool. Bonk. Give me the stuff! And that also means we can split ourselves to make 2 of something. Or maybe not. We have to split it in that way. Alright, got it. Interesting idea. So we can have both a split version and a non-split version. I think that's really interesting, is that you can create, like, portions of a thing. Which I think is a bit wild, right? Like, can we make another one of these? Okay, that will delete the old thing. Like, I'm wondering if I can come into a situation where I duplicate the thing, right? The answer looks like no. If I do that, and then recombine, does it collapse their state? No, it doesn't collapse their state. And if we walk into this again, it splits it. Splits us, anyway. That's really interesting. Does the barrier color indicate what cat can go through it? No, if it's a barrier like that, it stops all quantum, like every one of the states of the cat from going through. So if this is up, these guys can't go through it. And the other thing in the middle there causes it to split, which is really interesting. And it's more like, I'm wondering, wait, can we swap? What does swap do? How does that work? I'm wondering how the swap mechanic works. Because this doesn't cause any power. It doesn't do anything. And if we fuse from this location, it won't work, and we can't bring the cat over. This feels like there's something I'm missing here. Can we fuse an object that has already been placed? Because this battery is charged, but it's blue. I can't leave the room with it. Make the item on yellow? I wonder if I can... Can I grab both and then power this with a white item? No. When both of them are together, we have to split it. Otherwise, we can't open this door. It will cause the old one to disappear. So we can't create a duplicate. Wait. Oh, it's in a quantum state that way. Yeah, we need a second orange battery somehow. And if we leave the room... it deletes it. So maybe this isn't something we can do until I get more stuff later? That's the only thing I can think of. Because there's no state in which we can get all the way over here and do something with it. Because we can't merge, right? Yeah. Unless there's somewhere else to go. Let me look. Are these interactive? Yeah. Can you warp the yellow axis? No. No, I can't warp it over anything. Like, picking up the yellow thing means that that blue barrier goes up and we can't walk through. Because we need to have both of them down. And the yellow cat counts, and the battery counts. Theoretical state? Can't go into theoretical if there's nothing to observe us. And there's nothing to observe us in this room. Dev says it's solvable right now? Then there's a mechanic, I don't know. That makes it more interesting. Wait, what happens if I... Oh! I was kind of wondering. That's new and weird. So you can put the cat into a frozen state. Yeah, blue cat becomes quantum locked, exactly. That's really interesting. So if we have a blue there, if I swap doesn't do anything. Yeah, swapping just changes which cat is used with which individual, like, control. So, like, left control there, and then when I hit swap, it's left control for this one. Yeah. What is meant by the mark on the floor in front of the yellow door? So that requires 2 yellow objects to be on these, on the plus symbols, for the barrier to go down. And that means we can take... We do this. One thing. There we go. We can take the blue thing over when we have that. But putting the blue battery in doesn't work. Maybe I can quantumly lock an object. Does that happen? It's theoretical now? Weird. What does that do? It's got the theoretical particles on it, but it's quantum locked. Yeah. Can we do something with this? Can we do something where this one picks this up? Can we do something with the green one? Green one does not function. Lock it and get a new one? That makes sense. I wonder if I can lock something. If we quantumly lock an object, does that object stay when we split it? If that's the case, we can create a duplicate blue, which I don't know if that's useful, but it might work. A quantumly locked object does not stay quantumly locked. Wait, I'm dumb. I forgot about that. So when you have both of the cats, and one of them picks up an object, both cats have the object, because it's... Yeah. I forgot the mechanic. There was like one of the first mechanics I learned, too. When you forget the easy mechanic because you're overthinking the puzzles now that you have a bunch of other mechanics. Feels good, man. That's how they get you. That's how they give you a bunch of hard shit, and then they're like, you know what? What if we just use the first mechanic and see what happens to their brain? Fine with me, dude. Yeah, miss the forest through the tree. Exactly. Miss the forest for the trees. 100%, dude. Oh, wait, that is not charged. We need to get a charged battery. Give me that. Steal battery power from that. Pop it into this. That allows us to go into a theoretical state. That lets us get another battery by no longer being theoretical. Grab that. Get out. Bring that over here. Pop that in there. And now this has all of that energy in it. Pop it here and get the other one. Easy peasy. Oh. Now it's gonna get weird. Okay. Split that. Create another one. Grab that. Remerge. Make 2 of them. That gets rid of the barricade there. That can't work because it's not enough. Now we can take this cat, rebuild the battery. Both cats have the battery now. Pop it in the machine. Maybe we can do it again. Because it's draining the power from it. Oh, no. So the new one... You can't have infinite power. I was hoping, you know? Split that in some way. Put blue on there. Grab that. That is not the right way to do that. We'll place this here. We will need to get this over here. Grab this. Split it. So we have this here. And that here. Grab this. Grab that one. I think what I can do is hit that to get a white one. And then this character will then place it in there to power this. And then we can take the original one. Grab that. Wait, no. You have to do this. It's all resource management. Every time. I need to probably do this? Yeah. We have to rebind it, actually. Because one of those is a battery that's down there. I was hoping that it would spawn the other one, but I guess not. I guess it will not spawn the other one. Oh, that's weird. It's both the orange and the blue one at the same time, but it's not a complete one. Oh, it's super strange now. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's really weird, yeah. We do have to split this one. It doesn't work any other way. I'm learning what all the different ways of spawning these do. I've ruined the first one there. I'm trying to see, like, how many different ways you can split it, and can you make duplicates in some way? No, I'm not even, like, I'm not trying to, like, get through it. I'm mostly playing around with the mechanic at this point, because I want to see if you can make duplicates, if you can have, like, multiples of the same thing. Like, it's really weird, and I like that a lot, to be honest with you. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. It's quite fun. Because we could just do this, right? Get rid of this. Boop. And then split this. Have this character grab this here. Place it. Have them go back down. Go up here. Go back over here and make a new one. And we could just keep building those. And be like, yep. Now you got it. You'll take the power back out. And then we can go put the power in. But now I need to do the same thing with this one up here. So we're gonna grab this. Boop. And we will grab that. Boop, 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 boop. That one gets rid of that up there. Go grab this and put it down. Can you merge two of the same color? You can. Kind of. Oh, you mean merge of, like, blue and blue? No, you can't do blue and blue. You merge the other ones, though. I want to see if I can take one orange and one blue of different versions and then merge those. That did not cause it to merge. What happens when we do this? Okay, it just puts the wrong color in it. That's what I was wondering, because I'm like, that's really weird, right? Because I'm technically holding two objects at once when I'm doing that. Because I think they're from different versions, if that makes sense. One is from one and one is from the other, so they don't do the thing. Yeah. You can trap yourself in this puzzle, by the way, if you do some really weird stuff. Oh, now that's the win condition. Don't tell me that. If I could soft lock myself, that's funny. Don't give me a win condition like that. That's way more funny. I'm trying to do the weird stuff. I want to see if there's a way we can really mess with it, right? Wonder if we can do... We can't do two orange pieces, because he can't grab that. But maybe... Maybe we could do the dumb thing. See, now this doesn't have any power is the problem. So if I pop that in there, it's not going to work. So we need to make a powered one. Which means... we get that cat to the top. Actually, wait. It's 4. It's 4! I have to bring the dev on. One moment. Let me go to settings. Go to audio settings. We're going to turn this down a bit. Get that to about, I think about there. And I'm going to call the div. Hello?
There we go. Perfect. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries at all.
Always the Discord issues.
I'm trying to see if I can get myself soft locked like you were talking about, because that's hilarious to me.
Do you want me to give you a prod? Or are you going to work it out?
To soft lock myself?
Yeah.
I kind of do want to soft lock myself. Because I do think it'd be really funny.
So the trick is you need to have 2 orange batteries in the bottom half. And that's a bit tricky to pull off.
2 in the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like that would be really tough to do, because you have to get... Let me look at it. There's got to be a way. I know I can get 1 down there. That's not a problem. And that soft lock suit, that's very funny. How do you actually... How do you design around that? Like...
yeah, we do our best. Like, so for this puzzle, there's no way of getting around it, so we do the kind of Portal-esque thing of when we detect it, we put a thing up saying, oh no, you've been soft locked. And then you can choose to restart the puzzle. But like one of the very first puzzles in the game, which is extremely simple, you can get soft locked in. And I didn't see it over the years I've been working on the game, and then someone playing the demo just got themselves stuck. I was like, well, damn, I don't know how to do this one. Yeah, playtesting is like, Valve does. So, oh, there you go. You've got. Wait, no, you haven't got it yet. No, you're getting close though.
No, I don't have it yet. But I'm trying to figure out how I could get both in the bottom. It's quite funny.
Yeah, because this puzzle has like a real trick to it. It's basically built on the previous one, but with one extra little bit of sauce that is hard to get a handle on. But,
trying to see if we can get every one of them at the bottom, which may not be possible.
Yeah, I think you can.
Because I can't get this. There's got to be.
Yeah, the tricky bit here. Again, this is like puzzle design stuff, is like the conservation of objects. And it's like, how can you use everything for everything? And
I just think it's really, really fascinating that you know that there are soft locks in there and that's okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was trying to get the other one down here. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, this is the right step. But
keeping track of keeping track of which one is which.
Yeah, that's we tried doing different colors of batteries, but because they're so blue and orange, it's hard to kind of have that. So we have this thing where when you pick up a split item, it will show you the twin item. It'll draw a line to it. But yeah, it's really tricky.
I will find a way to get that battery. It's almost there. It's almost there.
I think you'll have to reprint that one so it's fused.
Yep.
And then it's the classic.
Then I can do it.
Portal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we can have this one be over here.
There we go.
There we are. Now I've soft locked myself.
Well, not quite. Yeah, this
almost.
Is step 1. So now, if do you want to know how to soft lock yourself from here?
No.
You can work it out.
Definitely introduce yourself to chat, tell them what you're working on, everything like that, because we totally skipped that phase because I'm trying to soft lock myself in your game.
Sorry, that was the most important thing, was trying to get you trapped. Hi everyone. Thanks for a really lively chat. I'm Martin Binfield. I'm the lead developer on Schrodingers Cat Burglar. And I've been working on this game for a while. I started on it as a hobby project back in 2018, and it's just kind of grown and grown since then, and it got bigger. We're getting close to the end now, which is getting exciting. It's been, this has been my drive and focus for almost a decade, and it's really good to see people like yourself playing it and getting on with it and enjoying it. It's been really cool to see.
Honestly, it's your game is quite fun, incredibly fun. So I think what you're doing is awesome, and it's really enjoyable, man. It's hard to make a game that, especially a puzzle game like that feels quite good, I was not able to soft lock myself, so I'm moving on.
I'll tell you how you could have done it is if you'd moved the orange cat up to the top area and respawned one of the batteries, then you wouldn't be able to get the
because then it'd be perma-locked. Okay.
So that would have been it. But you got me most of the way there, so I'd call that a win.
The soft lock is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We're trying to make it. Okay.
I love that. I just love the idea that there are puzzles that are designed in a way that causes that kind of a thing, but that's okay, and you kind of just go from there, and you not a big
it's
deal.
interesting because Portal is one of the main inspirations for the game. Like the main inspirations really are Portal and an old game called The Swapper and a few games of that ilk. Very much those, not the soccer band puzzle games, but the other ones. And like Portal is mostly you can never get trapped in a puzzle, but they still have things like acid floors and lasers and turrets, and you can die. But this game has like no death, no violence, and so like trying to make a puzzle game where you are never expected to respawn and like restart is tough. But yeah, we're doing our best on that front. But yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, no, I think it is incredibly cute. I love that you put a hedgehog in the game. Lazy Susan's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shay, our lead caretaker at the rescue, has a hedgehog named Gort.
Yeah, that's a cool name for a hedgehog.
He's Gort the Destroyer. He's great. But like,
does he destroy things?
He loves to destroy. He's such a small, hateful animal, which is the best.
Yeah, they're so cute, and then every part of them is designed to inflict pain. It's like a really interesting little creature.
Yeah, horrifying little dudes. But no, you're right. Yeah. They're great though. Oh, awesome. What was that? I keep seeing those. I keep seeing your purple cats hidden out there in the world. Yeah.
So there was Shadow Cat unfortunately didn't show up in that bottom room, but you saw her like particle effect.
Yeah, they explode.
Yeah, there are 3 sightings. You saw the second one. There was one before that as well that you missed, but that's a really hard one to spot. But yeah, she crops up a lot in the game.
Can't wait to find out more about that.
I saw a comment, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Yes, that is another inspiration as well. Yeah, that twin stick control stuff. There's a game called Curry Curry Mix, I think it was, from back in the PS2, which was, again, 2 characters. A lot of the 2-character stick control games, basically, both characters have different abilities, and the nature of this game being the same thing in 2 places meant you have to have identical abilities, basically. So they're inspirations, but like... Yeah, we kind of take them in different ways. Oh, and you can get both cats to chase their tails at once.
That's what I'm trying to do, yeah.
Just right. They are, I don't know if you can see it, but they are 50-50 dithered opposite. So when they stand in front of each other, they're 100% like opaque, but then they're kind of like 50-50, but they can never touch each other. So they exist in 2 different planes of existence.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think what you guys have done is really quite cool. I love this mechanic. I think it feels quite nice, and it all feels natural as you're playing through. Like there's nothing that feels weird. It just feels Yeah. I did think it was funny, though, as you threw the curveball puzzle, because a lot of the times games will be like, here's a bunch of advanced mechanics, and you're only thinking about the advanced mechanics, and like, here's the thing from the beginning, and you just forgot it by then, which I was like, great, man.
Yeah, that was fully inspired by, there's a puzzle in The Swapper, which, have you played The Swapper? That's an amazing game.
I've not, actually. I haven't played it.
You play it on stream, but basically it's you can make clones of yourself, and the clones will move as you move. And you can swap your consciousness from one clone to another and stuff like this. And so you quickly learn that you can cross giant gaps if you make a clone on the other side and swap your consciousness over. And there's one puzzle towards the end of the game where to solve it, you have to jump across a gap. And I got so used to not using the jump ever because I could clone across gaps that I was like tripped up by just the most basic like gameplay function of a game. So yeah, that inspired that whole thing of like keep the early mechanics in there as a puzzle.
That's kind of cool. That's awesome. And to be real with you, this feels really, really good. Like, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be silly, but like your puzzle mechanics, the way that they evolve, the new like systems, like making the cat theoretical, is very, very interesting. Like it feels quite awesome with that.
Yeah, awesome.
You also have keyboard co-op. Do you guys have
controller co-op as well? So if you have 2 controllers, you can play each cat like co-op. Keyboard co-op isn't there so that people who only have one controller can play with someone else on the keyboard, but the controls get a little bit fiddly on keyboard. You can play it with WASD for one cat and IJKL for the other, but it's a bit tight on the keyboard to do that. But yeah.
Do you have Steam Play Together activated for the game?
Yes. It's a tough one to test, but it does seem to work. I've definitely seen a few people streaming it like that, and so yeah,
it's great. Yeah, no, we've had it before where we were talking to devs about it that didn't even know it existed, and I was like, no, that's great. Because if you're doing a co-op game, local co-op is fantastic for Steam Play Together.
Yeah.
100% awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about how you got to here. What made you want to build this game?
Well, so I've been in the games industry for a while. I started working in PlayStation 2 games, working for Sony back in the year 2000. And I was just an animator in the games industry like that. And then I met a girl who lived in Australia and moved to Australia to be with her in 2018. So I left my job and I didn't know what I was going to do after that point. And I just had this idea for a game. And I was like, well, I'll just work on that as a hobby project and see if it goes anywhere. And it was this game. And I was working on it like part-time and doing animation work for other companies alongside that. And at a certain point, it just sort of grew into being like a project of worth of note. So yeah, but it was my first time programming and designing, so I was very much just doing whatever felt right. I'm an animator by trade, so all the cat animation is me, and then all the kind of movement stuff and game design from the core has been me. And it's been a case of like, an enthusiast. Like I've played games I love, and I was thinking maybe I can make one myself, but it didn't really. I'm not trained in game design, so a lot of it has been suck it and see kind of thing of like, does this work? And play testing and going from there. You've set it to. Oh, that's right. It's in.
That's what I wanted to know.
Keyboard co-op right now.
So I wanted to see.
Off some of the stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen as a solo player in co-op, and you can tell the other person, "Hey, I need you to move over there" with the other stick, and it shows you the direction for that. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a kind of a ping system. You can also you can request, because this is the thing as well in co-op mode, is the way it works is that you don't ever take control away from the player. So if you press the swap button, you'll see a thought bubble comes out of the other cat saying, "I want to swap," and it's up to the other player to press it as well, and then you swap places. So you have to really both commit it. So so it's not a game where you can really upset your partner. You can't grief them and stuff. But
yeah, no, that's really awesome actually. I wondered what that had felt like, and it seems like you went through all the different all the things that it would feel weird on, and it feels quite good. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Talking about feeling good, the jumping stuff is like a big. That's taken a lot of work to get to feel right, because you can just kind of run up things and jump onto them. And the biggest challenge we have with the game is because the game is viewed from a locked camera. When you have a jump above you and a jump below you, making it so the player can choose between them, but also making it so that you only have to worry about controls on one side of the controller for one cat and controls on the other side for the other cat. So yeah, it's been a real challenge getting kind of the jumping feeling as good as it is, and it could always be better. It definitely gets a bit fiddly at points, but yeah, trying to make it as seamless and one of those things where you just kind of forget about it. So there's loads of guesswork going under the hood, a bit just working out where it thinks you'd want to jump next and seeing if it can get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, we also have, I should point out as well, we've just added in an accessibility feature. So for those moments where you have to press simultaneous buttons at the same time, you can automate that. So players who can't press two buttons at once don't have to.
That's actually awesome. That's always a big thing too. We've got a number of people in the community that very much so care about controller support and very much so care about physical things like that, because physical disabilities make it so they can't play the games, and that's a really cool thing that you thought about. I didn't find this last time.
No, yeah. It's kind of weird. I think some people spot this immediately, but other people are just, there's so much you got to take in at the start of the game that it's hard to keep on tabs of things. But yes, I definitely want to make it so that everyone can play the game and get to the end and won't hit any roadblocks. So that's why there's hints, and we've got automation, and I don't think any of the puzzles are going to get too hard. And I say that after having seen people spend 30 minutes on one of the puzzles in the demo. But yeah, we also have you can change the speed of the game, and when we've got time critical things time that tick down timers, you can make them last longer as well, so you don't get tripped by being required to do too many fiddly things at once. So yeah, we're trying to make it so that it's, I think that's the thing with Valve's approach with Portal, where they kind of made the game not too hard, but then they made the co-op experience the challenge mode, but they made it so everyone can get to the end. It's kind of where we're at. That's
cool though. I mean, to me it doesn't feel like any of this is incredibly unachievable. It was mostly just what can I do with it, right? Can I really mess with this, was sort of how that felt, Awesome. And I just started playing around with teleporting around and doing all that kind of stuff of what can I do.
It looked like you've just hit a bug. This looks annoyingly like the game was broken. God damn.
I don't know how that happened.
Try swapping the cats over. Maybe the colors got mixed up. If it's broken, then yeah, sorry.
No, it worked. Yep.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, at
Weird.
least it wasn't like a Class A, but
Yep.
oops. Oh well, sorry about that.
No, it's just funny. The way that I always feel it is there's always going to be a bug. You know, whatever it is. It's never a big deal.
Yeah.
Now you've seen it, though. Now you know it exists.
Yeah,
And you have a
yeah,
video, so you can go back. It might be the skin.
yeah,
Could be.
true. Green cat messing things up.
No, I think this is... I think you've done a really good job with this. And I think it's... I'm interested to see how you expand on the mechanics. Because I know that's going to get real wild with that at a certain point.
Yeah, there's some stuff, like, the end game stuff has some really kind of, like, exciting... You know how at the end of, like, Half-Life 2, the gravity gun gets upgraded and you can, like, you know, throw people around the environment? That's always been, like, a big goal. You know, I've always wanted to have, like, the end of the game have kind of something like that that really makes you feel like you've just leveled up in power. And I don't know if we've got that good, but yeah, the end of the game is going to have some fun stuff in there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And this part, like I say, this level is from about halfway through the game, so there's a whole bunch of mechanics that previous to this we've kind of just crammed in quickly in this demo, which is why this whole opening Quantum Boot Camp is just like demo specific. It's not like, it's not in the game itself. It's just to get you up to speed with all the mechanics that we kind of throw at you. But then there's ones afterwards that get really crazy too.
I think it's really good, though, because you've shown such a wide range of interesting mechanics here that it shows me that either you're going to evolve on that and add even more mechanics, or, like, this as a standard is a very sizable amount of stuff. And you can do so many weird puzzles with that. Like really, really weird. I love the complexity getting to the point where you're even having, yeah, it could totally soft lock, right? Because not every game has those types of problems, and it's usually because, you know, the puzzle has a very kind of deterministic kind of environment, right? Like where it's like this is always going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, I think. Also, I just want to shout out to Vicarian in the chat that yes, Lazy Susan does spin in her chair, and yes, that is why she got the name that she got the name. But yes, the bits. So you go from like puzzle rooms where the music kind of comes down, and then the rooms around it where it's a bit more free form and you can explore. Oh, that's kind of
we have for a moment we have ads. I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't want to.
No.
But the ads will run for 2 minutes, and we'll just wait. I just don't want anyone to miss anything.
Can I say anything secret that the public shouldn't hear?
No, they'll totally hear it during the ad breaks.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Basically what it is we have like a number of like people that don't have subs, and I don't want them to have to pay money, so we run ads so that those ads don't happen when you first enter the channel, and also I just wait so that they don't miss anything. Yeah,
that makes sense. That's good. But
just remember what you were talking about, because if you lose it, it'll be gone, right?
yeah, that's the tricky thing. Yeah, scatterbrain. It's always the way. Also, I've flown. Yeah, so I'm a Brit living in Australia, and I've just flown back to be with my family for Christmas. So I'm still a little bit jet lagged, but mostly on top of it now, which is good.
Don't worry, I'm jet lagged every day. I don't even fly.
Just the challenge of existence. Yeah.
You know, I actually found you can beat jet lag most of the time just by drinking a ton of water on the plane, which is weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I drink a ton of water and then I sleep on the plane and I never get jet lag. Never have.
Right, I've got to try this. When I fly back, it's like I've got a 14-hour flight and then a 7-hour flight. So yeah, I gotta fill up on water and sleep. That's the challenging bit, is sleeping. I don't know if I can pull that off when there's so many films to watch, but yeah.
Yeah, I just slept. Like that was the biggest thing with it. Is like I don't sleep the night before, so I go 24 hours of no sleep, and then I fast travel when I'm on the plane. So I get on the plane, immediately pass out, wake up wherever I'm like, cool, it's like Skyrim.
You're min-maxing it. That's
incredible. 100%. Dude, I hate flying. It freaks me out. Like the way that I feel about it is if the plane's going down, I'm not going to be awake for it. Great.
That's
freaks me out.
I watched like How to Train Your Dragon was on the plane, and I started watching it, and it had a trigger warning at the start saying this film contains flight trouble, which I thought was like, yeah, that's true. Not quite airplanes, but that's
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Last time I was on an airplane, I watched the movie Airplane on the plane, which was great. I thought that was fun.
I'm glad they have it. I feel like that should just be on every airplane. Oh, we're back.
We have escaped from the ads. We were talking about airplanes and travel and jet lag.
Yeah, and how to beat it. Yeah. But yeah, I was also talking about like the flow of the game. So you kind of go from being in a puzzle room where it's just like this has a single solution and it's going to teach you a new mechanic or a new kind of wrinkle to things. But then when you get back into the kind of level outside of that, it's more freeform, and it's more, we're not actually like a full-on immersive sim. That was like the ideal that we didn't hit, but the idea being that you could go take what you've learned in the puzzles and apply them to a kind of more believable setting to go and explore and find stuff. And we have like this level is it's called Split Lab Alpha. It's actually called Separation Lab in the game now. We've renamed it, but it's connected to the research hub. And there's a level that you'll go back to after this, and you can use what you've learned to explore around the level in a kind of freeform way, just for like, just for fun rather than being critical path stuff. So it's been nice to have that kind of thing of like giving people that kind of sense of doing a puzzle and learning about how to solve a puzzle, and then treating it more as your mechanical set has grown, and you can just use that as a kind of like a skill set that you can just kind of take with you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and these things are bugged again. Oh, well, I'm going to fix that later.
It makes me wonder if it's because I'm a green cat.
I think it's because it's something to do with like swapping. Like when you swap. So this is interesting. Oh, it's because it was in co-op. Right. Okay, I know what the bug is. So when you swap in single player, we just swap the sticks over. When you swap in co-op, we actually swap the color of the cats. So orange player is always orange.
So I co-op swapped and then switched back to single player, and it caused that.
Yeah. And
okay.
It didn't update, so that's the problem. Oh well, that's fine.
I
guess you could get around it if you went back to co-op, swapped back again, and then went back to single player. But I think it's fine.
I do think that's funny though. That there's always edge cases. There always will be. Like that's so just how it goes. And your game so far has been incredibly well put together. To be honest with you, like everything has functioned really well. Everything feels really good, and it seems like you know where the weak spots are. Like especially with that one having a soft log, which is fun. I think that's cool. I was mostly like, I really liked that room because you had so many different mechanics in there. The only thing that was missing from there was the quantum state. But I thought that was really cool because I could sit there and play around with it and see, like, can I merge two from different ones? No, I can't do that. Can I play around with moving this in a weird way or quantum locking it or all that kind of stuff? So, like, it was a good playroom to do that.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing because this is like Split Lab Alpha is what it used to be called because it's all about splitting items. Then the level after this was called Split Lab Beta, is now called Observation Lab, and it's because that's when we introduced cameras and split items at the same time. So this level's kind of got a bit of sleight of hand of like whenever you can split an item, there's no camera near it because we're saving that for the next level. But yeah, in that level, then there's a whole bunch of stuff about like splitting items and how they work with each other, and it gets interesting.
No, I really dig that. I really, really do. I think that to me, these types of mechanics are really, really fascinating because you've given yourself a basis of see, look, it's doing it again. Watch this. Now it's blue.
Oh, there we go.
That's
you can make them all blue.
Yep.
Oh, it's very color coordinated.
It's very good. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the symbols on it, so it's fine.
That's a good point. Yeah, I did the groundwork and then forgot the bug fixing. But yeah. But yeah, like mechanically,
you have a lot of options to build with. That's why I like that.
Absolutely.
Like even with stuff like this, being in I was like, the moment I was like, oh, there's stuff all over. There's got to be a hidden thing, and then there is, But I love that because as a designer for this, you're going to be able to do all kinds of different stuff and try different things, and I think the puzzles can be quite complicated and interesting because of that. I think it's great.
There's like that you stumbled upon this before as well, where if you split two different objects and then pick up the orange twin of one pair and the blue of the other, and fuse, they don't fuse together because they're not like sympathetic twins. But there's like a bonus puzzle. I think we're gonna have to see, like, we want to get in bonus puzzles that you can that's what the data chips will be. So whenever you smash a mouse and stuff like that, you get data chips. You can use them to unlock bonus puzzles. But yeah, there's one bonus puzzle in there which is all based around the fact that if you pick up two twins that don't belong together and fuse the cat, they don't get refused into an object that stays split, and that's the benefit of it. And that's always been the thing we've done with like puzzle design, is to try and basically introduce things with, first time you encounter it, you realize that there's like, it's an obstacle in some way, and then the next puzzle will show how that obstacle is actually a benefit, and you can use that to like do something that you couldn't do otherwise. And yeah, trying to make that sort of stuff flow together it's been interesting. I think trying to make it so that everything This is the tricky thing. Like, people who make puzzle games are the stupidest developers, because puzzle games are the hardest things to make. Every level, every room has to be unique, and so you've got to keep throwing new things at people over and over and over. But yeah, it's
I
tricky.
was trying to see if I could backtrack with one of the batteries and do something stupid with it.
Oh yeah, we've had a bunch of people playtesting the game, and there's one playtester called Supernatural Meow who has made it his mission to just take batteries where they shouldn't be. So we've introduced a new mechanic explicitly for them, which is like, if you take a battery where you shouldn't, then we'll give you a reward for it, just as a well done, you've taken it far.
That's funny. I really love that. I didn't even realize the hinting here too. You can see underground, you can see the vent, you can see the light through this.
Yeah.
That's great looking.
No, I think I saw a comment asking what engine this is in. This is Unity 2022.
I'm actually really interested during the development process. What do you think has been the hardest thing for you to work on for this?
That's a good question. I think one of the hardest things, like the initial idea for the game came about because of the idea of observing, like splitting a character and one being observed and the other one becoming theoretical because of it. But that it felt like that was a very hard thing to get across and make into a kind of a make it work as a mechanic that was gettable. You know, like some mechanics are just like hard to wrap your head around. So a lot of the stuff we were doing was trying to like make sure that everything felt understandable. And I think balancing, like for a long time, so whenever you go theoretical and all the world kind of goes like purple and shimmery, we didn't have that effect in for such a long time. So you didn't really know what you could pass through. And I think that was probably part of what made it hard to get your head around. But then it's always that everyone always says you've got to prototype your mechanics before you do any art on them and get them to feel good without any artwork. And that's just not true at times. Sometimes you just need the visuals to kind of show what the, how the thing is going to look. So yeah, I think that's been a hard one, balancing that kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
But also,
I can see that, because that would be, it is very difficult to get the feel for some of these, until you have it fully implemented. I find that fascinating too, because it's really just about a visual indicator. I know it's sort of a poor example, but it's kind of like yellow paint, right?
Yeah,
a little bit yellow paint. Yeah.
And it's like dynamic yellow paint, so it kind of has to exist to like show you the right way to go, but only in the right circumstance, not at all times as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, it's been a tough one, but it's kind of come together nicely. I think it's kind of like I say, we've had the benefit of it being a part-time project for a while, and then we've had some decent funding, like the Australian government and the Queensland government offer game grants, and we were lucky enough to receive them.
Good.
And that's helped us like work and have people on projects and stuff like that. But letting it kind of just brew and fester and kind of mature over the years has kind of helped it come into like what it needs to be. I should probably flag up as well that the game, for a while, we showed it at PAX Australia in 2022, and at that point it was a chase camera game like Stray. So you were right up behind the cat running around, and you'd use the right stick to pan the camera around, left stick to move the cat. And it was great. It felt really cool. You felt really like you're an exploring Cat Burglar, but it just lost that controlling two things at once mechanic. And we went down that path for a while, and then realized it was the wrong direction to go down and had to kind of pivot to get the twin stick controls back in. And that was hard. Like we didn't really throw away puzzles. We still had the same puzzles. They still worked from this side camera, but it was like, taking the choice to go, what we've done so far is not quite right, and it's not going to be the game that it needs to be at the end of the day. And so we're going to have to like take a little longer. And yeah, that's probably, I should have said that. That's the toughest bit. Is pivoting at points and like making it work.
Yeah, because you have to completely pivot, in your design. And we've talked to some other teams that have done that pretty extremely as well. People that were like, yeah, we were making a game that was going to be multiplayer, and then it's not multiplayer anymore. We're making a game that was, like had a completely different direction for a video game, like what you're talking about there. And that's never easy. Like that's so hard to do. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've I think it's not been the hardest, because there's always been that core bedrock of you're a cat in two places, and to whatever happens to one happens to the other. But yeah, just like changing how you look at the world, and has kind of helped out. Also, I saw a comment asking about color blindness stuff. Yes, we do have settings. I don't think they're currently like available in the demo, but they exist that you can change what the orange is and what the blue is, and you can change other colors. And we're trying to make it so, like with the pressure pads, how like if there is a color difference, there's also a pattern difference as well, a plus and a minus, so that you can always tell them apart. But yeah, trying to keep as much accessibility in there as we can has been tricky. Okay, right. Do you want to see that shadow cat sighting that you missed?
Yeah.
Because it's just, if you go up the elevator, so run upstairs and then run forwards to the window when you get up there.
Ah.
She's just down there. So yeah, she's kind of like just lurking around, very much like G-Man. And then if you go down, she's gone.
G-Cat. Yeah, I was wondering, because like I was like, what is that? And then I tried to get over there and it was gone. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, putting all the triggers in so she just like teleports in and teleports out. That's been fun.
I can't believe we have G-Cat. Ridiculous. Yeah, no, so I am wondering, how long have you been working on this in total?
It like fully solo since, well, this isn't a fully solo project anymore, but I was on it since 2018. And then, yeah, the team grew, I think it was late 2021, early 2022, kind of expanded up. So like full time on the project is me, and I'm doing animation, programming, business, which is the worst part of my day because it's the bit I know least about. Yeah, absolutely. And then also puzzle design and stuff like that. And then the other co-worker is Ziggy, who is he's based in Melbourne. I'm in Brisbane, but he's the environment artist, level designer, and just all the art basically in the game. And then we've had a few contractors do things. So like all the characters are made by an artist in the UK called Jasmine, and the music's done by a guy called Ollie. Sounds by Supertonic, based near me as well. So we've got a bunch of people working on different bits. But yeah, it's been 100% my time for the past 5 years solidly, 4 years solidly, I think. But it was part-time before that as well.
Oh, well, that's actually fantastic timing, to be honest with you. That's really not. That's not as crazy as I thought it would be for this, because you've added so many cool mechanics and the levels are so dynamic. Like you're kind of going fast, dude.
I wish it was faster, but yeah, it's not.
Everybody
it's not terrible.
Yeah. How many levels do you have in total in the game right now?
It's tricky. Like it's
I guess
you do
zones,
go through them,
right?
Yeah. It's like I mean, there are explicit levels. Like there is a bit of loading between them and stuff. I think it's about 13 or 14. But yeah, some of them you revisit later on with like new powers and stuff. And there's definitely some. You can go back to previous levels and like search around for extra things as well.
Trying to see if I can actually get the trigger for the cat without.
Oh, you might have triggered her, and yeah, see if you can do it. I'm not sure
she's
where
gone.
the trigger's there.
Yeah.
Damn.
The attempt was made.
Yeah. That one's such an obvious like placement of her as well. It's like, should she be there? Yeah, it kind of works out, but
it works out because you run back.
Yeah,
she's
gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you were quite fast. Chat's talking about it as well. So, this is always the most difficult question that I ask people. I want you to call your baby ugly. What do you think is the worst thing about your game? Oh,
it's got to be... I think it's the jumping system. This is the trickiest bit about it because...
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Because it's great until it doesn't do what you want it to do, and then you really notice how annoying it can be. Because essentially... It would be absolutely fine. You could be completely button free apart from a couple of situations, and that's anything that overhangs. You have to, if you run under them, then you just miss it. And also anything where you've got a jump up and a jump down, you have to be able to choose between the two. And those are the bits it's like, oh, now you've got to go back to it. And it's like, to get technical, it's a system that runs in the background when the cat's running around, and it just raycasts ahead and like works out all the kind of environment that's in front of you, and then works out like what's going to be the best options for jumping to. And so it will kind of, so you can jump up 3 units and you can jump down 4 units. So if you're in front of a drop and then a jump up, and the jump up is 4 units and you wouldn't be able to get to it from lower, then it will prioritize jumping up to the thing. But if it's any lower than that, it'll prioritize jumping down. And they're all like sensible choices, but they're a bit like opaque to the player. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's definitely one of those situations where it's like, as long as everything's working fine, it's fine. But the second anything doesn't do what you want it to, it just kind of grinds the game to a halt. So yeah, that's the trickiest bit. I think that's probably the worst bit in the game. I'm not sure. Actually, another bad bit, if you press the select button or the whatever, all the kind of the hacking you've been doing is being getting background like documents and stuff.
I
This
didn't
is
know where
kind
that
of
was.
yeah, in the demo, we don't automatically open them and show them to you, but we kind of store
Hmm.
all the kind of pop-up help you see goes in here. And
Do you
this
think it's
is
just,
just currently a bit ugly.
is it just visually ugly to you? Is that all?
It's tricky to know because, like, this is basically where you learn a lot about the facility you're in. So it's kind of like, those, like Prey 2017 was one of my favorite games, and there's like an extensive series of like emails between people. And I admire that, and I would love to make something that's interesting enough that people would want to read it, but also the game has to work that you don't ever look in there at all. So it's going to be that's the trickiest bit, really, is like making that so it's there and good, but not annoying for players. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are the bits that we're currently prioritizing working on next. Is improving the always improving the jumping system because I always find bugs, but then the UI and stuff like that in general is just it's not the cleanest. Yeah. Yeah, you solved this puzzle much quicker this time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's funny because it's like the moment I saw it, I was like, God damn it! I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I was like, that's the same mechanic from the idiot, like the beginning, you idiot. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like
the
what?
previous. That's it. Like the
It's
rooms, 2 rooms before, it teaches you to fuse batteries so that they work. The room before is you can share batteries if they're fused, and then this room is that combined. But yeah,
it's just such a simple thing. It just makes me laugh. I was like, it's the same mechanic I already knew. I love that though. Like, to be honest with you, is a lot of puzzle games won't revisit early mechanics. They'll kind of like advance forward, and then maybe you get a couple of early mechanics like thrown in there, but they're not like merged in really well. And you've done a really good job of marrying all these different mechanics together as something that is kind of cohesive and it feels good. It feels like progression in knowledge about the world system you put in, which is to me the hallmark of any puzzle game. So I think you're doing it in a way that feels great.
Awesome. Thanks for
that. That's why I'm excited to see like. What else you got in there?
I'm itching to talk about other mechanics, but no, like I'll have to keep them secret.
I found a way to soft lock.
Oh yeah, you might be able to. I mean, I think if you can get in, you can get back out again. We do have a thing where if a door opens and you leave a cat in the doorway, it won't shut. Like the cat will keep the door open, and then you can sneak one cat through behind the other one and trap yourself in rooms. But then sometimes we make it so that doors do shut on the cat. But then the problem there is that the door will fire the cat across the room like a rocket. Yeah. So we've got to be careful with that.
Not quite a soft lock, but funny.
Yeah, it's just the camera's just on the edge of the door.
Yep.
And yeah, you'll notice the cat stays theoretical while it's inside something as well. So you can
notice that, yeah.
Yeah, it's called penetrating state. She's probably not the best term.
That'll get clipped and put online. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, I said it.
It's too late now. No, that's funny though.
Yeah.
No, I really like playing around with this because you have so many like unique systems of like trying to see what you can do. Like how can I manipulate this in a way that feels that does something weird that the game didn't expect.
Yeah. Like this is the thing as well, like having the layout in there just when you run through a Heisenberg field into a split field, it's a one-way door, and it's kind of nice to have the mechanics of the world kind of make that happen instead of having to make an actual door that only lets you go one way. We can just let the mechanics of the world kind of construct the flow. So it's fun when we discovered that. It was cool. But yeah, you're going to try and get like soft lock this time?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if I can get soft lock this time.
Here we go. Cool. Yeah, this puzzle is, it can really trick people up.
I think that's fun though. Like that's the fun way to do it, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Because like I don't know, this is the most complicated puzzle in the demo that I saw, and then it's the last one, so it's like cool.
Escalates nicely, I think. And I think that's it. Like, it's so hard when you're watching people playing a puzzle and they haven't solved it yet. Like, you kind of find yourself biting your tongue and going like, this is how you solve it. And the player does not want to hear that. The player does not need to know. Yeah, you gotta kind of, just let people... Because I think the trickiest thing to know is like, what is fun time spent in a puzzle and what is frustrating time spent in a puzzle. And like being able to kind of like judge which is which and which is like players not knowing what they're meant to do versus thinking about what they want to do next. Yeah, that's a real tricky bit. Okay, you got 2 blues, but you need 2 oranges.
I think the biggest thing for me is I didn't feel frustrated during any of this. It's more like playing around with stuff. Like, what can I do? Can I do something with this? Can I split this in a way that feels weird? Can we do that in a way that matters and feels neat? And like that. Yeah, it never felt frustrated. It felt more like, I guess, interested is the best way to put it.
Engaged. There's the puzzle designer. I can't remember his name. He made Cocoon recently, and he made Inside in Limbo. But yeah, he had he was giving a talk about how he designed Cocoon, and he was talking about how his goal was to make the puzzles stimulating, and it was the word stimulating. It's like, it's not difficult, and it's not just like, fireworks, but it was something that was engaging in a particular way. But yeah, we kind of took that lesson on board and kind of tried to do that ourselves.
That is really interesting, actually. I was trying to see if I can get both oranges up top, and you can. So I'm going to do both oranges on the bottom. Yeah, no, you're right. It is a stimulating kind of thing. It feels good, to do that. And I don't know. It's nice because it's one of those things that just like it all kind of flows well together. So you've done a good job with that. There we go.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. There we go. 2 oranges. Get that orange cat out. Okay, so if you run the orange cat up through the open door at the top. Oh yeah, 2 blues at the top, 2 oranges at the bottom. Okay, and now respawn the battery. And I think you'll get a pop-up saying you screwed yourself. So yeah, the button just up from there. Oh. Okay, I missed a trigger.
Button 2.
I think. Oh no! You know what? I think it's you have to have the blue cat downstairs as well. So you can currently still go back down. So if you run the cat back down,
I can't.
It's fine. It's
because the field is here. Oh wait, no, I can't. Oh yeah, because
that's the problem. You have to have blue. Yeah, blue in the bottom.
I gotta get it.
Oh, just a lot of work just for a pop-up message.
We love the pop-up
so you
message.
Can just teleport. Yeah, okay. Teleport the battery down. Yeah, drop it.
Now I'll take the
blue.
Now
swap the cats over.
Put the orange cat up top, and then do it.
Blue down bottom. Yeah, now this will screw you up. And this will be the trigger, I think.
Oh, Mittens.
Oh no! There we go.
What happened? You managed to get yourself stuck in an unwinnable situation. Let's say I was doing it on purpose. We were. Either way, you'll need to reset the puzzle from the pause menu to continue. That's great.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Nice. Got to give players the little GLaDOS-style feedback.
I think that's fun though, because like I think it adds to the game. As funny as that is, because it is.
Yeah.
It adds to the game lore. They're like, yeah, you're gonna have to recollapse it back out, and we can reset the puzzle, and there we go. And the reset is actually really good. That's nice and clean. Looks good.
Yeah. It was tough to get all the stuff to reset correctly. But yeah. And I'm taking a bit of Hideo Kojima inspiration there. Occasionally we'll just have like the characters mention control prompts and stuff into dialogue. It's like, yeah, that'll be cool.
That is really cool. No, I dig this.
Oh, also, I got a flag up for Jedi Aurora. It is my goal to make a game featuring a cat that has no cat puns in it whatsoever, because every other cat game has cat puns. So yeah, my intention is there is not a single cat pun in this game.
Not a single cat pun? Wow.
Yeah. We'll allow other puns, but just not cat puns.
Can't believe it. No cat puns.
Yeah. It's like, you play Monster Hunter and you'll get all the cat puns you ever need from the Calicos.
Fair. True.
Inconceivable. Okay, that's good.
I do like the Pelicans.
Oh, I've opened the floodgates. Now there's just cat puns in the chat. Oh no.
You gave the goblins a toy. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Bong.
Wish this numbers are going through the floor now. Oh well.
It's happened. Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah. I am tempted to put in, like, PlayStation still has trophies. And it's like, can I get in a cat ass trophy? Is that a possibility? Sony might not like that because of the swearing, but yeah.
That's funny. So, with you saying that, that is, you think that the jumping is the weakest part of your game, what do you think has been the hardest part of you building this? Like, any process of it, even if it's not the development side, if it's the business side, marketing, etc. Anything that is the most difficult portion that would be surprising to you that you didn't think about before the game started.
Yeah, I think Thankfully, just recently, thanks to the funding we got, I've been able to get a guy, George from Acorn Games, on, who's been doing social posts, which has been really good. Some of them have gone quite viral, and I think that's the thing. Before this point, I've been terrible at getting the word out about the game, so it's basically been completely unknown for the past 7 years. And having to do that, I found really hard. I think a lot of game developers say this, that the kind of the grind, get on the socials and post about your game constantly, and I've just kind of not done that very much, which is why we're not as well known as maybe we could have been, but it meant I could spend more time working on the game. But yeah, having to trying to do the publicizing the indie game thing has been tricky, and that's been the thing that having someone do for you has been great, because then you don't have to worry about being British. The idea of talking about how great you are is just doesn't work, right? Brits are very self-effacing and not very kind of you don't really pick yourself up when you're British. So
I think I may have a bad example of a British person then, because our lead moderator is Kronos, and he won't stop talking about himself either.
Okay, yeah. There's two kinds of Brits. There's the Brits
two kinds of Brits. Oh no.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to tell him Kronos is bad British.
He's the confident Brit. Everyone else is I don't know, I don't want to be a fuss kind of Brit.
He wants to put everything in the museum. That's what I've learned from him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Indiana Jones Brit.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I think that's been tough. The hardest thing I've found is designing levels as well, because I came up with the mechanics and was I'll make a world to put them in. And that was trying to make a space that's believable and fun to explore and layered, but you can follow it and work your way around it, has been tough. And thankfully Ziggy, who came on the project in 2022, has got a real aptitude for that. So all these kind of interesting explorable spaces with little wiggly passages has been down to him. But yeah, those have been the toughest bits.
In terms of designing a puzzle from start to finish, what is your process for that? Do you do it on paper first? Do you do it in game first? Do you build a room shape first and then make the puzzle first and then build a room around it? How does this work for you? It's
this kind of game is very hard to build paper-based puzzles, because there's so many unexpected connections. The idea of if you pick this up here and then something disappears over there and stuff, it's really hard to predict that sort of thing. So we generally, coming up with a puzzle, we'll just have the theme, and then you'll basically kind of explore, like in this level, it's all about items being in two places at once. So the puzzles are basically, first time is you use a heavy object as if it was another cat, so you can stand on two buttons at once. The second room was to make it so that you use one object to get the other object, so you use the blue battery to get the orange battery into a different position, and things like that. And it's kind of you basically kind of go, okay, what's the facet about the mechanic that we want to explore right now, and you kind of layer them up and kind of build on them as you go from there. And like I say, the other thing I kind of like to try and do when I'm designing puzzles is to kind of take a new thing and look at what is the benefit of it or the obstacle, and then from the next room do the opposite of that. So you kind of go, if you can split the item and it can be in two places at once, it can be two different things. It can hold down two pressure pads. But then the next room would be, but you need it in this place and it needs to be put together, and you can't share it between cats when it's split. So that's the bad side of split objects, is they're not transferable from cat to cat. And so you kind of layer those up and kind of introduce them in that sequence. But yeah, and then it's the other thing as well. I know Mark Brown, who does Game Maker's Toolkit, has talked about this, but the idea of designers will often design a puzzle and then they'll keep going, this is too simple, and adding extra steps that kind of make it more complicated. So once you've got that puzzle, is to then kind of chip away and kind of bring it back to what the core of it is. It's often like sculpting, where you kind of remove bits until you find the true shape of the puzzle within. But yeah, that's kind of the approach. And I think it helps that when you've got a bunch of mechanics that you want to play with and things to explore, that you can just drive it from there.
I was trying to see if I can do infinite paw pads in the ground, like steps, but you've done a cap to them.
You can actually, if there wasn't the Roomba running around, you can stand one cat in puddle and then run the other cat around, and I think it will be infinite paws from that point.
I did kill him, and then
he's come back.
Yeah, he came back.
Oh, the thing I was going to say, if you want to just leave him somewhere, don't destroy him, but split the cat next to him, and then he'll flip over like a turtle. You kind of basically flip.
That's amazing. I haven't tried to flip it.
You have to wait for him to come back.
Yeah, I see
yeah,
that
so if you split
there's
the
like a
cat,
maximum number of footprints because it's getting rid of the old ones.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
50 or something, but yeah,
It's quite funny.
they're kind of not. They don't look great on the slopes as well. They kind of clip halfway up. They don't
Yeah,
rotate to the floor.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But no, I think that's a really cool way to design puzzles. I think that makes sense. It's always interesting because every puzzle game is so dramatically different. Like we've played a number of them on stream, stuff like The Witness and things like that, and then being able to go from that to something like this that's more about, like The Witness is about very large environments and seeing from certain angles, right? And then this is more about a very tight environment with a lot of different combinations, and I think that's quite fun. It's a very, very different kind of game. Every puzzle game is so unique compared to the others. Blueprints was also fantastic. Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, I mean, Animal Well, Outer Wilds, Tunic. There's just like there's such a kind of a puzzle game renaissance right now that's like doing such interesting things.
Yeah, if you haven't played Blueprints, I highly recommend it. I had like 300 hours in that. Like we went real. My notes on that game are like 50 pages long. Like
it's nuts. Like I haven't been able to get that deep into it. I played it like and kind of got through it a little bit, but then I think it was the moment when you see the atlas of the world and you realize that there's a whole deep story and lore and everything behind it, and that's a real trick that like especially games like Tunic and stuff, like where you start and you're playing the game but you don't realize there's an entire other level that is like waiting to be discovered. And I aim for that, but I don't know if we kind of achieved it. Like those are lofty goals, but yeah, I do love that kind of thing. Meatball
Has the ugly baby question been asked? Yes, it was.
The ugly baby question.
I ask
think
it
there's
every
a lot
time.
of ugly babies. Yeah, that's gonna probably.
There's a lot of ugly babies. Developer hates babies. Confirmed.
Honestly, I don't want to go. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but there is a thing later in the game, and the name we've given it internally is the Orphan Devourer, which is kind of so hilariously awful sounding. But yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, again, the game has no death, but there is an Orphan Devourer in the game at one point.
I mean, no death, but the orphan gets devoured. Got it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just a little bit of light orphan devouring. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That won't raise the rating. Yeah, the game maker overlay is on top of the hats.
I just realized I've had cats throughout my entire life. I've never seen a fat black cat.
That's a good point. Oh no, I can. Like I've got two cats, Murphy and Hugo, and Murphy is the younger one, and she's a black cat, and she is fat. She's not like chunk fat, but she's getting there. So yeah, I can guarantee that you can get fat black cat. Do you have cats now?
I have. Well, I almost failed, Chet. Not my cat, Shay's cat. Yeah, no, his name is Meatball, and he's he was a stray. He was a stray, and then like one time we had a winter storm that is called God, what are they called? It's basically this type of storm where the water is super cooled in the air, and it doesn't turn to hail. So what happens is the water hits the ground and instantly freezes and just encapsulate everything in ice. And it's horrifying. Like it kills all the animals. It's like really, really bad. And we had that up here. Yeah, it's freezing rain. And Meatball was this stray that kept coming by and Shay kept feeding him. And I was like, you have to bring him inside for the night. And Shay's like, no, it'll be fine. I was like, no, bring him inside for the night. This is really dangerous. He'll die. And then you'll be upset. Like, don't. Just bring him in. And then he never left. And that was it. That was it. The cat distribution system worked, and now he lives in the house. You know.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, yeah, cats can make their ways to you in various different ways. We got ours from like the RSPCA, the local shelter, and yeah, they're both kind of runts to the litter in two different ways, but yeah, they rule the roost now.
Yeah, and I mean that's go adopt animals, especially black cats. You know, like we work in animal rescue too because we're in the ferret rescue, and like one of the things that we learned really quickly is black cats get bought as like a prop during Halloween and then abandoned, and then there's a lot of black cats in shelters because people think they're bad luck.
I am staggered by that. I mean, I get it, and I just don't understand how you can look at a black cat and not think it's the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, it's madness.
It's
okay.
Really
so if you go stand next to the Roomba and split the cat, and you'll flip it.
He's like a sad turtle.
Yeah. There are some robots in the facility that can pick up items, and they've got an arm that comes out the front, and they can self-right, but just the puddle Roombas don't. They just get stuck like that forever, and they're very sad.
This is a kind of a gross story, but my dad had cats, and he had a Roomba. And it would just go around the house and clean, and one of the cats pooped on the floor one time, and he came home, and it hadn't cleaned it. It just spread it over the entire house.
It was like a thin layer on every surface.
It was on everything, and then there was no more Roomba.
Yes.
It was bad,
That is, yeah. We've got a Roomba as well, and like thus far, our cats have not pooed on the floor. So, but I'm always worried that if, like, even vomit, if they throw up on the floor,
and it doesn't clean it right. This was like early days Roomba though, like when they first became like a thing. So I feel like they handle wet messes better now, like at least as far as I've seen. But still, that was a hell of a day.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. We've been pretty lucky. Our 2 cats are like indoor cats, and so we've got like 4 litter trays, just so they've got as many options as possible, and they've got no excuse. But still, Hugo, the older one, did pee on the carpet a lot. But yeah, he's okay now.
So if you could go back to the beginning when you first made this game, before you started working on it, and give yourself any bit of advice, what would it have been?
My goodness. It's a real tough one, right? If I was going to give a game developer advice for starting a game project, I'd say don't make this. Don't do this. This is it's too big and it's too risky and it'll take all your life and it's hard. But I don't think I would have given that advice to me at the start of this, because I think it's a really good game, and I'd be really upset if I hadn't made it.
I'm glad
I don't
you
know
did.
if it's going to be successful. Yeah, but the advice is always make a small project, make something achievable. And honestly, whatever we do next, I hope it's smaller than this. But I'm very thankful that this has paid off and become what it is. But it probably wasn't the best idea in the first place. It's it's one of those games that hopefully it'll be okay now. I don't know. I think actually, I think a good advice for myself at the start would have been stick with your instincts. I think I've occasionally second guessed myself a bit in terms of what the direction of the project should be and what I should do next. And sometimes I've kind of changed directions to avoid a problem that wasn't a problem, and I didn't need to avoid it. And if I'd stuck to my guns, then we'd be further along now. So I think, if you can.
Kind of trusting yourself more, yeah.
Exactly that. And I guess the tricky thing is, you do need to take advice, and you need to people will tell you things because they want you to succeed and do the best you can. So you could being able to discern the advice that you should listen to and the advice that isn't going to help is a tough one. And I don't think I've cracked that, but I think, stick with guns as much as you can.
Fair. I was trying to see if I can get exactly what I have there, which is a paw print on his back, and then see if I can flip him and the paw print stays midair. But it doesn't.
It will disappear, but then it will redraw itself, I think, but it won't move with him. I think it'll be floating in midair without a polygon to draw onto, so it will just be like a phantom paw print.
Now it's on top of him. You can see it on his back.
Yeah.
And then it just disappears. Yeah. It does a good job of it. Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, it's been a whole bunch of little. Oh yeah, there's one of the pushy chairs. If you roll that around, you might be able to fire it into the ceiling. But yeah, trying to get just the right level of visual stuff without being too complicated. We're doing a lot of dither stuff, so all the kind of the transparent furniture that's purple now will go to 50-50 dither as you approach it, rather than go transparent, which is slightly more efficient, I think. But yeah,
I deleted your chair, by the way.
Oh, where did it go? What happened to it?
I merged. I got as close as I possibly could together, and then merged, and it just popped out of existence. Well, I was. It's quite fun.
It's inside the cat somewhere.
Good. Yeah, it's part of us now. That's how it works.
Wow. Don't know what happened there. That's a bug I probably won't try and fix. That sounds.
No, it's too funny. Now watch this.
Oh, it's back. Oh no, it's a different chair.
Let's see if we can do this.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, that was interesting.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, I'm on a slight delay, but yes, firing the cat up as well is also fun. If speedrunners can use that as a mechanic, then all the better.
There he goes. I think you know what it is? I think I'm launching the chair when I do that.
Yeah, but it was there's this footage of a manhole cover being blown, thrown in the air by an explosion, and it's on screen for 1 frame of footage, which means it was moving at Mach 50. It's like, was the chair going that fast? I didn't see a frame of it existing in between.
Yeah, I don't think it exists. I mean, we're only at 60 FPS on Twitch, so like it's probably it's just gone, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
That's quite funny. That's very funny. But yeah, we're almost at time. We're a little bit over time, but that's okay. I think the last thing I want to know is there anything you want to share with the community about your game or your journey or your process or any advice that you have for them?
I mean, I've given the advice, which is both don't make big projects and do make big projects. It's very much Schrodinger's advice. That's appropriate.
I mean, that's how it works, right? One cat, you have big project. Make an MMO for your first game. On the other cat, you have make a small arcade game that takes 1 month.
Yeah, exactly. Try and do both at once. That's probably the worst advice possible. Have 2 projects.
Make a 3-month MMO arcade game. There you go, Chad.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think what would I say? Yeah, I think the game kind of speaks for itself, which is good. Hopefully, I think the fact that the demo's been up for a while and people have been playing it and like the reviews for it have been all positive. That's been really nice. Everyone's really friendly and happy. The big thing we've been having actually, this is like, I guess this is kind of advice that I would like maybe say to people to take forward. You see the key art there in the top right corner of the cat jumping around. That was hand painted. That was painted by a guy called Tom Williams, who's an amazing artist, back in 2022. Since those days, the art style of generative AI art has become that style. And we get quite a few people when they see the key art saying, why are you using generative AI? And I really appreciate that people are keeping an eye out for real artists and are like suspicious of this stuff. I'm fully on board with that, but it pains me because it's not generative AI, and so I kind of have to like flag it up. And whenever people say that, they're always really like apologetic. So I do get it, but I guess like, yeah, try not to accuse other games of AI unless you're very sure, I guess, because many games won't have them in. But yeah, I think that's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because we had a game on earlier where people were like, "Oh, that looks really suspect. That might be AI and all this kind of stuff." And I was like, "No, it's not. They say it's not, but then also you can detect it. Not AI, right? There you go." So it's actually it's pretty simple to do. There's a lot of different detectors that are online, and you can find out really quickly. Usually, an AI generated image will be anywhere from 30% or higher. 30% means that they manipulate it pretty heavily in something like Photoshop. And understand, these are cat and mouse tools, right? So, like, they're going to get better at generating. The tools are going to have to get better at detecting and so on and so forth. Yeah. And it's pretty interesting. Because, like, you'll see that quite a bit. So, yeah, no, definitely not AI.
Yeah.
Which tools that one was Sight Engine. I've got, like, 5 different ones that I use, to be honest with you. And I try to run as much stuff through it as possible. Because sometimes someone will just have an art style that looks like AI, and it's not.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing it more and more of indie devs just getting slammed, and then they're like, we don't use AI, but the internet's already decided. So, like...
It's tough, because, like, on the one hand, like, it's a kind of witch hunt of people, but on the other hand, people should be kind of aware of, like, making sure they're getting human-derived art, because it's, like, important to have that stuff. But Tom, who did the art for the key art, also did the prologue art from the start of the game, and he's doing a new version of the key art now, which is hopefully going to be less AI suspicious sort of thing. But
I think the big thing for me is I'm very solidly on Team Human when it comes to this. Like 100% is I think you should be doing anything that is creative with human hands, not with not with AI. But I have a different reason for it than a lot of people. It's not a moralistic reason for me. It is you're robbing yourself of the experience. You are robbing yourself of progression when you do this, and you're not going to get better at things if you offload it to an AI to gen it for you. And I think that is the largest shame out of anything to me.
Absolutely. It's like all the adverts for like AI things. It's like people getting it to write a love letter to their partner, or like, doing the stuff that you should do by hand because it matters.
That's terrifying.
It's just crazy. But absolutely.
Yeah. We've had teachers. We have a lot of teachers and stuff in the community as well, and people have come in and they're like, I hate grading papers now because it's almost all AI. Like students just turn in AI, and then there was one recently that got brought up where the students used AI, and then the teacher had them write an apology letter, and they used the apology letter was also generated by AI, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, like you're not even living at that point. Like what are you doing?
Outsourcing existence. It's madness. Totally.
So I find a lot of the times, like, it's very hard to convince people of the same morals if they're not from that same position. But for me, it's like you aren't going to make anything cool. And if you look at other games that exist out there, it doesn't matter if your game is perfect and beautiful. It doesn't matter if you have the next gen art. It matters if it's fun. If we go look at something like VVVVV, right? This game is very simplistic graphics and sitting at 96% positive. It's a very famous platformer game. You don't need next gen graphics.
Terry Kavanagh's games are all like that, right?
They're awesome.
They're
yeah.
all just like,
but
amazing stuff.
I think it's important, though, because it just shows people, like, you don't need to shortcut this. You can just do it. You can make stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah. Same thing with Animal Well, right? One guy just doing all the graphics, all the music, everything, and it has such a distinctive look. You can't mistake that game for any other game. It's just unique.
Or Kingdom of Loathing, right? Or Candy Box, or any of these other, like, crazy browser games that exist out there. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's see what you got.
That's good advice, I'd say, for people, is like, make something that no matter what screenshot is taken from the game, you can tell it's the game. Like, it doesn't look like anything else out there. Make it completely distinctive.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's very few games that do that, and now your game is quite unique with this as well, because it's like, wait, I could split the cat. Never seen that before. Totally new.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, we are very orange and blue, and we're a cat, so we're like Stray and Portal combined. But yes,
with that in mind, you don't have a release date on here outside of 2026. Can you reveal what quarter you're trying to hopefully release it on, even if you can't make a solid statement on it?
I can say quarter, and I can say hope, because who knows, everything's always up in the air until it's like an inked, but the hope is Q1. So hopefully we're close. Hopefully we're getting there pretty soon.
Good.
Not too long.
Heck yeah. And the hardest question of all, and a lot of developers will actually just ask chat about this. So if you don't know, or you want some more information, what do you think you're going to sell the game for?
I mean, I would take advice on that. Like, I'd be interested to know what chat would say.
Chat?
But you know what? Over to chat.
What do you guys think? Cat Burglar and Voidling Bound in Q1? I know, it's going to be wild. A lot of people are saying 30.
That's
30,
a surprise.
30, 20 to 30, 15 to 20.
20 million. Yeah, 20 million sounds good. Very happy.
70? No.
We're going to be a box product.
People are saying anywhere from 15 to 30, so you're getting a lot of 15s, 20s, 25s. So it seems like it's solidly in that either AA or incredibly impressive indie game kind of region, right? Because I usually see indies cut off at like a premium indie game is $20, and AA starts at like 30. So you've got something that people feel like they're going to get good value in that range. That's great, man. Like, that's a really good spot to be.
10 to the 23, that's a little high, but I
it's
really
quite
appreciate
large,
all that sort of stuff. I was going to say 20. I feel like that just seems to be the advice. It's like, if your indie game is more than $20, people won't buy it. So but we have. Then again, the chat knows I've been working on it for 7 years, so maybe that skewed the price a little bit.
That's fair.
I think I would suspect 20.
That's a really solid price, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, there's a lot. I think a lot of the times it's really easy to undersell yourself as an indie dev. So I always like when people ask that question, because then people can say like, no, I would pay this, and it really comes down to what people feel comfortable paying based on what they've seen. And I think that's just like a very powerful, indicator. Yeah. You'd actually buy this for 20? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There we go. And that's the thing I'd like, in terms of, this is again being part of like, doing the business side of things, is looking at not just what the price is, but the launch discount, and like, what you discount it to and how often and how big of an impact that sort of thing has. And then regional pricing, and there's
I have information for you on that. You want?
Oh yeah.
Never do less than 20% on sales.
Really?
The reason why is because Steam has a limit at exactly 20% or higher, where it will email everyone who has it wishlisted. So you never do less than 20%. It does nothing if you do that.
Right. Okay. That's good to know. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
20% all the way.
The thing for regional pricing too is the regions that generally get left behind are Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Poland, and Brazil. Those are the biggest ones that get left behind. And then for the euro, you can't do anything because you get one currency for all those different countries.
That's true. Yeah. I'm based in Australia, so like I often think in like Australian dollars, but they kind of like they vary up and down a bit. But
the thing that's wild to me about that is a lot of people don't realize how the Australia tax works for games. And it's like, if there's a $10 USD game, Australia's going to be paying like $15 for it. But the issue is the purchasing power of an Australian dollar and a US dollar in local is about the same. So it's like, do you guys just pay 50% more for games for no reason? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Still roll it into your factoring, but yeah, it's a weird one. Same with Canada, right? Canadian dollars, I think,
works the same for them.
Yeah,
Brazil as well. Brazil's got it real rough with that, but thankfully, people are starting to realize the power of Brazil, and they're starting to localize pricing for Brazil, and it's become like a big thing among indies, and because Brazil will support you if you support them. They are so into it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. This seems like traditionally there's a lot of things about like when Silksong came out and it got slated in the Chinese language reviews, and that was because of the Chinese language translation, which was bad. But there's this traditional thing about how Chinese reviews are generally lower than other reviews, and it's just because Chinese players don't get a chance to comment on like forums and stuff, so the reviews are that outlet, and they're just trying, making their voice heard. So yeah, all that sort of stuff. It's good to like pay attention to these places and nice.
Why can't you just use a VPN? It ties to where your banking location is for Steam. So if somebody does do that, they have to go through the entire process of getting an international banking location. It's kind of a bitch, to be honest with you. And then if they do that, and they do that enough times, Steam goes, wait a minute, and then they ban your Steam account. You lose every game you own. It's not worth, to be honest with you. People do it, though. They do. It's just, it's too much hassle. Just buy the game.
Yeah. And everyone's accounts are like 15 years old. That's a lot to lose.
Yeah, mine's 19. It's terrifying.
Old
For everybody
school.
in chat, by the way, best thing you can do for any indie dev, wishlist their game. It is how you tell Steam that Steam is going to make more money off the game, so they should show it to more people, and it is free for you. It's like uploading a video on YouTube, so on and so forth. Do it. Yeah, 100%.
Thank you. Please do that. The other thing I'd say as well, the demo has its own page, and you can leave reviews. So please do leave reviews. Very keen to hear your feedback on that stuff too. But yeah. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, I think this is really cool of you to do this and like flag out the games. It's a really cool initiative.
It's the way that I always feel about it, man, is indies need a lot more visibility. We see it time and time again, and we've got a huge community here that can make that right. And rising tide raises all ships. Everybody wins when we do stuff like this. It's more fun.
Absolutely.
And we get corporates to pay for it. Hey.
That's the stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, there's connecting audiences to games is the way to go. It's really cool.
In any case, we're well over time, but this has been lovely talking to you, and I hope your game does really well. I hope that you have a smooth launch, and when it does launch, please let us know, because then I can go and tell people that it's out and everything like that. We can, let everybody know that it launched.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll stay in touch on it. And yeah, again, thanks for having me on. I had a great time chatting. It's been just really fun. It's always nice to kind of see if I can find the little secrets in the demos and let people know about them. But,
No, I really enjoyed it. Very much so.
Excellent stuff. Well, and yeah, such a nice, polite chat as well. Really fun chatting with you all.
Yeah, you as well. And thank you very much. I will talk to you later, dude.
Awesome. Thanks. Speak to you again. Bye.